Alright guys, we are about to make another video of watching YouTube. We're watching the 10 most dangerous bugs in the world. That's right. It's gonna be loading it.
Experts and philosophers have said that our world doesn't
how do you
belong
like
to us
baddies?
humans, but rather to insects, and with good
I
reason.
like it fine, bruh.
They're the only life form that is likely to survive a nuclear holocaust. There are quite literally billions of insects around the world. Ants alone outnumber the worldwide human population. While most of these insects are quite harmless, perfectly content on living their short lives, some of them can be very dangerous, even deadly. Today we're going to be looking at 10 of the most dangerous bugs in the world. Number 1 should come as a surprise to you, so make sure you stay tuned for it. Number 10. The bullet ant. The bullet ant is officially the largest ant in the entire world, but that's not its only claim to fame, which we will get into in a moment. They are mostly found in rainforests of Nicaragua and Paraguay, so if you don't live in those parts of the world, consider yourself lucky. Bullet ants are so named not because they are bullet-sized, but rather by their painful sting.
They are?
Which is often likened to being hit by a bullet. Bite victims have reported that after being bitten, they feel a pain so intense that it feels like they've been shot. To further put it in perspective, the sting of a bullet ant is 30 times more painful than a wasp or a honeybee. This single-inch ant is also called the 24-hour ant, because the pain bite victims feel can last for 24 hours. Like their smaller cousins, bullet ants contain hundreds of members.
Last
They usually
from
measure
the
a
day
base of a large tree.
from a day
They
until
also
the
release
next
enough
day
fuzz
in the
so when they
morning.
encounter any predator. If that trick doesn't drive predators away, they would never
Dude,
hesitate
that
to
is
attack, overwhelming any creature by sheer number, smothering them with painful stings. Number 9. The botfly. The adult botfly looks so unassuming you'll be forgiven to think that it's not all that dangerous. That is partially true, actually. You see, it's not the adults that give other creatures a lot of trouble, but rather their larvae. Both fly larvae are parasites. In other words, they survive on other creatures, feasting on their flesh as the larva develops. These larvae live just beneath the skin, and this is where they feed and develop. Any large mammal is an ideal host for these tiny birds, which include humans as well. Female botflies lay their eggs on the host's skin. The tiny larvae will then burrow into the host's skin, living and feeding in the subdermal zones. If left untreated, their larvae will stay under the host's skin for 60 days, all the while the host feeling every single movement the larva makes. After 60 days, another adult botfly emerges. Botflies can be found across Central and South America, so the chances of getting infected by these parasites are quite high. It's very important to consult a doctor if you find yourself infected, because if left untreated, this tiny larva can deal permanent damage to your skin. Number 8. Fleas. Despite their tiny stature, even compared to other bugs, fleas are recognized by many as a very dangerous parasite. It's not because they have a painful bite. In fact, aside from a slight itch, you can't feel these guys bite you at all. It's also not because they inject a very powerful toxin into the human body. The danger comes from these guys' feeding habits, actually. Fleas suck blood from humans, animals, reptiles, and birds. They generally pierce the skin to get in contact with blood to feed on them and can cause initial allergic reactions like itching or swollen skin. Because of how they feed, fleas spread deadly viruses, much like myxomatosis and bacteria like murin. These tiny insects can also reproduce very quickly. A female can lay up to 2,000 eggs during their lifespan. Young fleas are also very voracious and can consume 15 times their own body weight. Number 7. The fire ant. There are 285 different species of fire ants in the entire world. All of them not the kind you approach without caution. These tiny little creatures, once disturbed, would sting any intruder repeatedly, often until death. The fire ant sting is quite painful as well, and the white pustules caused by fire ant stings can last for weeks. Their venom also would cause several skin problems, with just some of the effects including false rashes, chest pain, loss of breath, and nausea. The allergic reaction can be treated with oral medication. However, the victim will have to undergo treatment if too much toxins were injected. Fire ants usually attack in groups that may consist of hundreds of individuals, overwhelming anyone they choose to attack with numbers and toxic stings. Fire ant venom, although not deadly by itself, can cause severe allergic reactions to those susceptible to them. They consist of a very harmful toxin called solanopsin, which can cause adverse effects on humans if injected in large amounts. These ants are very hardy and are capable of surviving
get that camera away from me, dude.
and are generally found under
So you
logs, bricks,
get
or
that
rocks.
away from me. Alright.
Number 6. Kissing bugs. Despite the cute name, the kissing bug's bite is more than enough to debilitate any healthy adult. Kissing bugs survive by sucking the blood of vertebrates, and they get their name after their habit of biting the lip of humans while they sleep.
I swear, bro, you want
After
a piece
feeding,
up?
these bugs secrete a fluid
Alright,
when
you want a
ingested
piece
into the
up?
victim's mouth,
You want a
eyes, or any
piece
part
up?
of the skin can cause a lifetime of problems.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are the only known
You
carriers
about
of a
to
microscopic
get
parasite called
back.
Trypanosoma cruzi, which causes the deadly Chagas disease, a
Yeah,
deadly
let's
disease
get back
that
to the
causes
video.
10,000 deaths every year. Chagas disease is an infection that spreads throughout the body, causing a number of
Jeez, my sandal
complications.
almost fell off.
This disease takes up to 20 years to kill a person, and dying from the disease is extraordinarily painful. Although the symptoms can be treated, there is no known effective cure for this deadly disease as of the moment. Although not native to the U.S., it has since found its way into the country, and other parts of the world as well. Number 5. Giant Japanese Hornet. Although these hornets are very localized to Japan and some of the nearby Asian countries, they are bound to scare anyone that sees them. A fully grown giant Japanese hornet can be up to 3 inches in length, bigger than any other species of hornet or bee out there. Giant Japanese hornet is, without a question, the largest species of hornet in the entire world. Although they aren't really aggressive, they can get very dangerous when disturbed, and they are extremely territorial, which is unfortunate for bees as their territories often overlap one another, making the likelihood of territorial disputes quite likely. Just 20 of these hornets can decimate an entire hive of honeybees. They also pose a problem to humans as well. Not only do they induce terror due to their immense size, their stings also contain venom similar to that of bees. And if you find yourself highly allergic to this venom, death can come in minutes without proper treatment. But quite unlike bees, these guys can sting multiple times, and a high concentration of its venom starts to dissolve human tissue. Every year, up to 40 deaths are attributed to the sting of the Japanese hornet. Number 4. Zets flies.
Never go to Japan, alright? Because we ain't want y'all to die.
Into the human body when it bites. This little fly can deliver a parasite that causes sleeping sickness. Sleeping sickness is a disease that can be fatal if left untreated. Symptoms include fevers, headaches, and joint pains. In advanced cases, the victim can suffer from confusion, poor coordination, numbness, and trouble sleeping.
You're looking at the camera.
It takes over a week for
See
sleeping
if it
sickness to
does.
develop, so you won't know you're suffering from it until you start noticing the symptoms. Fortunately, the zest fly is endemic only to Africa, and there is no known infestation outside the continent. Zest flies are considered to be the deadliest biting insect native to Africa, and it's estimated that about 500,000 people have already lost their lives to the disease that this insect brings. On the upside, it seems that African authorities have the disease pretty much under control, only recording 977 cases back in 2018. Number 3. Killer bees. There are a large variety of bees in the world, and every single one of these varieties have been known to be quite deadly in one form or another.
This video we're gonna do in Fortnite instead of this bullcrap.
Or other side effects. But one variety lives up to its nickname and can be
Yo, just wanted to do that right now.
nicknamed appropriately.
I think we can just do that.
Honeybees need little to no provocation to attack their victims in swarms.
Yeah, I have an itch on my leg. It's a problem. Don't everybody have an itch in random times?
Killer bees are very aggressive in nature, and once they set their sights on a victim, they can get pretty relentless. Killer bees have been known to pursue their victims over distances of up to a single mile, so running away from them is not really a good thing to do when being attacked. Thousands of people each year are attacked by killer bees, and annual fatalities also reach thousands. There seems to be no escape when attacked by these creatures, so your best bet is to stay away from them as much as possible. Now it's time for the day's best pick. And right now we'll look into an insect that is so small and is so common you wouldn't think it could pose a danger to you or your loved ones. Number 2. The tick. Ticks are a common parasite that infests many different types of animals, but what we commonly know as the tick is the kind that infests our pet cats and dogs. They're so common that varieties of ticks can be found all over the world. If a country has a furry creature, it's definite that there are ticks there. Caused by a variety of bacteria carried
So
by ticks,
ticks are on my
ehrlichiosis is a
dog.
flu-like illness with symptoms like muscle aches, fever, chills, headache, and upset stomachs. It also occasionally causes a rash, but symptoms typically don't start until 1 or 2 weeks after exposure to infected ticks. Ehrlichiosis can be treated with antibiotics, but left alone it can cause serious and potentially deadly symptoms like respiratory failure, brain damage, and uncontrolled bleeding. Anaplasmosis, although spread by different
Uncontrolled
bacteria, can have
bleeding.
similar consequences.
So you
and
can
is also
control
treatable
your
with
bleeding.
antibiotics.
I saved the
But
best
if
for
the
last,
tick
but first, I have a
hurts
quick
you,
challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get
Please.
10 years of amazing luck. Just
like
try
and
it.
subscribe, alright? Like
Number
and
1.
subscribe.
Mosquitoes. Is it a surprise that mosquitoes come in at
Did
number
you
1
like?
on this list? Well, you shouldn't be surprised because these little pests are bar none the deadliest insect in the world. Most of the diseases that are carried by mosquitoes are deadly, and they're responsible for causing over 1 million deaths every year. The World Health Organization, or WHO, estimates that in every 30 seconds a child dies due to malaria. Mosquitoes carry malaria germs from one place to another and spread the germs into the victim's blood by biting. This disease is so widespread that 500 million cases of malaria are reported every year throughout the world. In addition to malaria, mosquitoes also transmit yellow fever. And on top of that, they can also transmit chikungunya, West Nile virus, dengue fever, filariasis, Zika virus, and all these are deadly infections and diseases, mind you. Which dangerous insect made your skin crawl?
Okay, that was the end of the
For more
video.
videos about dangerous
Well,
things that you should stay away from,
you'll head on
click
to the
on
next
video
video.
you see on the screen. As always,
Bye.
thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see